Hello everyone, welcome to Sentence Diagramming 101. This video is about exercise 9B. So we're going to continue our movie fest, except this one is all about Tom Hanks, and we are going to talk about word function, and then we're going to diagram. So in big, prepositional phrase, telling me where, acting as an adverb. We have Josh. What is he doing? He's finding this whole thing, right? This is my noun clause acting as the direct object. And then what do I have? I have an expletive. I have being an adult as a gerund, acting as my subject, linking verb, and then easy subject complement, not is an adverb. I'm going to make this lower because I know that I'm going to have to go up. Oop, in big, where he finds out. He finds, and then direct object, what does he find? He finds that, that what? That being adults will stand there, is what is easy, not. Alright, so put that there, and then that goes on a stand, and that's number one. Alright, Tom Hanks stars as Coach Jimmy Dugan in A League of Their Own, where women play basketball and the men go to war. Wow, it's a lot. I'm gonna have to think about my spacing here. What do I have? Okay. So I have Tom Hanks, right? And he's going to star, and then he's going to star as Jimmy Dugan. So that's an adverb, prepositional phrase, telling me how. And then in A League of Their Own is prepositional phrase, telling me where. But then League of Their Own is being modified by the rest of this, right? So we've got where, so it's an adverb, women play baseball, and coordinating conjunction, men, men just go, and then to war, prepositional phrase. Adverb. Okay, so let's start at the top here. So I've got Tom Hanks, and he stars, and then he stars as Jimmy Dugan, and then he stars in A League of Their Own. There we go. Yeah, you would write it out. I'm trying to save space. Okay, then we know that that movie, A League of Their Own, is where the women play, and what do they play? They play baseball, and then that is where where all the things happen. And then the men, what about the men? The men go, and then they go to war, and coordinating conjunction. Cool, that's number two. Moving on, we've got in Castaway, prepositional phrase, acting as an adverb, telling me where. We have Wilson is what? Oh, is friend. The rest of these are all adjectives. And then as, adverb clause, sorry. He learns, what does he learn? He learns this whole thing, right? To survive. So we got an infinitive phrase, we got some prepositions, we got an adverb. There's a lot of action here. Okay. So we've got Wilson is what? Is friend, and he's Chuck Nolan's friend, and he's his best friend. And then where? Oh, in Castaway. And then as he learns, and then what does he learn? He learns to survive. And then where is he surviving? He learns to survive on an island. It's not that he learns on an island, it's the surviving on an island. And then he learns to survive all alone for years. All right, and then I gotta put my as in there. Cool. Now, technically, if you wanted to get really grammatical, which is what we do in this class, I would argue that this he is confusing, because right now this he is referring back to Wilson, but Wilson doesn't learn how to survive. Chuck Nolan learns how to survive. So I would add, the word. I wouldn't say he, I would say as Chuck Nolan learns to survive, because otherwise it's confusing. A volleyball can't learn to survive. All right, run, Forrest, run. There are a couple of ways that you can do this. If you want to see it pulled apart, look at the answer key. I am going to just treat it as one thing, which you can also do. But that is just my subject. And then what is that? It is what? A few. And then only. And of the famous. And then in. Those are all prepositional phrases. So I'm just going to treat it like this. right? But if you want to see, like I said, if you pull this out, this is 2 sentences, right? Run, Forrest, like you run, Forrest, you run. So that's 2 ideas. You would end up with like 2, you run, and Forrest would be up here, and then you run, and then those would both be in the subject. It's awkward. We don't usually do this, but because we're quoting something, that's kind of how you do it. But for our purposes in space, we'll just do it fast. Okay, and then what do we have? Oh, it's only a few, and it's a few, and then it's a few of words, and it's the words, and it's famous words. Oh, and then it's the words in Forrest Gump. It's not the few in Forrest Gump. So it goes down there. Cool. All right, using an affair to remember's plot. So we know this is actually just a phrase, right? Using an affair to remember's plot. That's really like an absolute. It's just kind of hanging out. Oh, and it's a question. Doesn't matter. We're just going to flip it. So Sam and Annie is going to be my subject. Are going. They are going. They are going to meet. Are they going to meet? They are going to meet. And then where are they meeting? In Sleepless in Seattle. Okay. Let's deal with that absolute first and just get rid of it. So we've got using. And then what are we using? We're using the plot. And then it's affair to remember's plot. And we just put it off to the side because it's an absolute. All right. And then we have Sam and Annie. And then what are they doing? They are going. And then what are they going to do? They are going to meet. So that is a preposition or an infinitive. Wow. And then where are they going to meet? They're going to meet in Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah. And that has been exercise 9B.